part, I'm going to be making my daddy's veggie mix, like I said. So I'm just using some olive oil here in the pot. One of my favorite memories of growing up is Sunday mornings because Dad, Mom always cook breakfast, and as I said, you know, on the menu there's either fried bakes and saltfish, or we'll have coconut bake and saltfish. So good. And another thing that my dad has started in recent years is doing what he calls his veggie mix. And right now I'm just dropping in a few cloves of garlic to burn. Although my family is not vegetarian, we still eat some vegetarian products. And so some of the things that are in the veggie mix are grillers, Morningstar grillers. These are really good if you're a vegetarian or if you're trying to cut back on, you know, trying to cut back on how much meat you eat per week. These are a good alternative. They taste really good to me and most people who eat meat. And then there are big franks that are in the veggie mix. These are like, I guess, vegetarian hot dogs. I guess people are kind of 50-50 on big franks. I personally love them, but some people don't like them. They don't taste like hot dogs, but they taste good. So that is what is in the veggie mix. And so I'm just gonna have that. I have that on a medium-high heat. And I'm just gonna let that burn until it turns black. And so once it turns black, I'm gonna start adding the other ingredients. As you can see, the pot is smoking up and the garlic is nicely blackened. And I'm just gonna take these out. Now the oil is nicely flavored with the garlic. And flavoring your oil is really good because the oil can cross the membranes of the food and, you know, really infuse the flavor. Feel me? So I'm gonna let that cool down some. Okay, so we're back here with the veggie mix. Here I have half an onion and a clove of garlic chopped up. So I'm gonna add that in to my little pot. Let that saute a little bit. I'm also gonna add half of a orange bell pepper. You can use any kind that you like. I prefer to use colored bell peppers because I recently learned that green bell peppers are not ripe. I know that would make sense, but I didn't know that personally. But only the red and the yellow and orange are actually ripe. So yeah, so that's why I'm using this little orange one. I'm gonna let that saute a little bit, and then after that I'm gonna add some cilantro. Also known as shadow benny in Trinidad, and this is like half a cup chopped up. Add that in there, let that saute for a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, the onions have softened. You can tell because they're starting to become transparent. So I'm gonna add some cilantro. I love cilantro. If I had to pick just one herb, I think it really would be cilantro. When I first, well, not when I first started cooking, but when I moved into a place in college where I could cook, I was addicted to cilantro. I put it in every single thing: eggs, beans, meat, rice, everything. And part of that addiction stems from Chipotle, because I love Chipotle, and you know they have cilantro on some of their items. So yeah. So this is sauteing up nicely here, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the big franks. So you can see these are the big franks, and I know you carnivores are probably laughing like, ew, these are nasty, but they actually are good. They don't look like hot dogs. They don't taste like hot dogs, but they taste good, and my husband agrees, and he loves the meat. So this can of big franks, usually 8 come in there, and so I'm gonna add that in. Oopsie. Okay, put that in there. And then really These are the griller patties. And really it should have been like 4 or 5 I'm using, but we got hungry and we ate the other 2 before it come in the box. So we'll just be having this, so yeah, but that's alright. Okay, so some people might say, okay, well, let me use some tomatoes. But Chef Daddy says, because the tomatoes make it sour and it won't provide the same delicious flavor. So just follow the recipe and use the ketchup, okay? Thank you. So I added a little bit more water. You can see the consistency of the sauce now. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. And I'm just gonna let that simmer for a little bit. But before I let it simmer, I wanna give it a taste to make sure that it's good, so. It's good. So let that simmer. While I was finishing the fried bakes, I also took the veggie mix off the heat. I turned it off and it's all nice and stewed and tasty looking. We're going to top this off with some pepper sauce and it's going to be delicious. So I hope you enjoy.